I'll talk nonsense about the news. Get into all the drama. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, was it not India? Uh, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Be interesting to see what happens here. Hey, James, that lab is nuts. Like, we're just hearing about this yesterday, and this lab has been there this whole time since Monday. Like, that is crazy. No, it's the 27th. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, nerve agent. Chemicals to make nerve agents. But the way they're describing this lab is like a home chemistry set. Like it didn't look like a meth lab. Like even the homeowner who owned the rental property was kind of like, should I call this in? Like, what should I do? But it seems like rental properties are the go-to for, if you want to start your own bio lab right now. Do you play games at all, James? My buddy and I don't play video games very often. It's called Burgling Gnome. You're allowed like 5 people. You can play online together. And your gnomes, you gotta sneak into somebody's house and steal the shit out of their house. It's pretty funny. Pretty good game. Oh. And then yeah, no talk about what happened with ChatGPT and the meeting that they had on Thursday. Should have heard something today about it. But ChatGPT had a big sit down with some people from the federal government here to talk about the kid who shot up that school in BC. Mm, yeah, I couldn't find anything more about that. I did dig into that, and that's it. But something's messed up about that. Yeah, this gnome game, it's not bad. Burgling Gnome, but you have to download a stream to play it. If the platform is Stream, is it's called. Once you download Stream, it's totally free. I haven't had any issues with it, and if my buddy told me to download it, it's kosher. It's kosher. You're not gonna get any viruses or anything or any like major headaches. So I only listen to like 2 people when it comes to tech stuff, and if somebody else tells me to download something, I run it through my friends first. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, that ChatGPT thing. I'd like to hear what happened with the federal government, those people in that chat room. But yeah, no news on that. And that was a pretty heavy topic. That was a pretty heavy topic. And then no news on that shooter in, where was that? Northern, northeastern United States, or was that Pennsylvania? That one shooter. That was pretty crazy. No news on that, and still no more news on what's his name, uh, Biden's wife's ex-husband. Still no news on him. He's still in jail though, which is hilarious. uh, who's doing what? Everyone's doing everything right now. Countries are making deals all over the world. It's crazy. And then India's planning on buying Russians Su-75s. That's interesting. See what happens with that deal. Yeah, and then Canada wants to sell them aircraft as well. Well, if India buys aircraft from Russia, that deal's gonna fall through with Canada for sure, 100%. Like, and it's funny because like Bombardier was like, "Oh, we're gonna be okay because we have this deal with India, so we won't need to make these Saab engines for Saab or for Rolls Royce anymore." It's like, well, that deal wasn't really set in stone. Like, it hasn't happened yet. They were talking about it. It's like, well, we don't need that deal. Well, don't say that you don't need it when the deal's not off the table yet. Fucking idiots. Oh, that's interesting. Well, at least your dad loves you. Oh, man. Yeah. What else is crazy? Yeah, that lab really blew my mind. I was like, oh, this has to have connections to China or something, but it didn't. I look homeless. I'm a butler. I'm not homeless. I'm a butler. You can call me Jeeves. Hey, Jive. Jive at 5. It's funny, my buddy just had a turkey named Jive that just died. Yeah, Jive Turkey. Yeah, that's what his turkey's name was. Defending its flock from a fox. Interesting. And I'm not homeless. I'm just a redneck butler. Yeah. I know it's okay to be a butler. It's not too bad. I do have a lot of chores and stuff. Yeah. And it's funny, they always want me to use the dishwasher. I'm the fucking dishwasher. This is why I dress like this when I do lives. Because I gotta wear like a monkey suit most of the time. Yeah, and I don't smile. Yes, sir. No, sir. Your pants, my sir. Oh, interesting. Why do I drink so much? Because I've been writing all day, and when I start writing, I don't touch anything. Like, I won't even smoke until I'm done writing. Once I start writing, I just keep going. That's the issue I have. It's probably an obsessive compulsive disorder I should probably look into. But I should probably just leave it because it's kind of a good thing. At least I don't have writer's block. Do I work for Batman? Actually, that's kind of ironic that you say that. That's really funny. If you could take a guess at what my name is. That's so funny that you said that. Because you know what? Like, somehow we're like, you're telepathic with me right now. You're in my brain right now. Isn't that crazy there? Pirate King? Yeah. You're in my head right now. No, it's definitely not Justin. If my name was Justin, I'd probably change it due to the fact there's Justin Dildo, the former Prime Minister of Canada that ruined this fucking country with stupid fucking trade deals and uh, closing the oil market completely. Here, we want green energy. We want green energy. Yeah, fuck that noise. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Shit. Sorry, James. I did not mean to do that. Can I fix that? No. Shit. Sorry, dude. Our national defense is venture capital team flagged this. Oh, I slander a lot of people. I even slander Rob Ford. I even called him out because he was he was planning on blocking Crown Royal whiskey on Ontario shelves. So he's going to block a Canadian product in Canada. Like, think about that. In a trade war, you're going to start blocking. And he was the one who pushed for free trade across the provinces. He's the one who pushed for that. So now I can buy cigarettes here in Manitoba. I can drive to Ontario and I don't have to pay the difference. You used to have to pay the difference. You'd have to pull over on the side of the road, call this number on this fucking billboard and tell them what, and then they send you a bill. No shit. Now we don't have to do that, which is kind of sucks for the Maritimes, because Maritimers just go to Quebec and get their buck of beer and $10 a pack of smokes, and they don't have to pay the tax on the way back over, which is unreal. No one still guessed my name though. That's so funny. Come on, you guys. What was his name? The Pirate King. Come on, Pirate King. He was close. He's getting there. Alfred. Michael. Come on, no, he was close. He was close. You got to go back up into Pirate's comment there. That's pretty funny. And then that big Shell deal today. Well, no, that Shell announcement wanting to buy a big stake of that Australian natural gas company there. That's huge. And like, I was trying to think, why the hell would they bring this huge tanker from Australia to BC coast in Canada when Canada has its own natural gas? Like, I don't know. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Eric Erickson, that's funny. Oh, quite the trade. No, it's Canadian tea, not American tea. Canadian tea. It's like juice crystals. Canadian tea is way different than American tea. They call it sweet tea, and they make it from actual tea bags, and then they just add sugar to it. Sometimes it's really bad, sometimes it's really good. Most places won't add lime to it. It's just straight tea and water and just ice cubes. Lots and lots of ice cubes. No, it's no cannabis in there. I'll get one of those cannabis drinks every once in a while, but I'm not a really big fan of them. Yeah, I don't like the way they yeah, what, the tea's good for your house? No. No. And then that news in Texas, still no news, but they keep finding bodies in, what is it? Not Swan Lake, something White Swan Lake. Yeah, I think it's called White Swan Lake, just outside, well, just on the edge of Houston, Texas. They keep finding bodies. They're up to 38 bodies since 2023. So that's like a body a month, a body a month for until this year. Like, figure that out. Like, and they're saying there's no serial killer. Yeah, BS on that. Cartel victims. No, but that's the thing. It's random. They're totally random people. So I think it's just a random serial killer. He just goes around killing randoms, and that's the best part of it because he's doing it so randomly. Like, black person, Asian, homeless, drug addict. Like, it's so random. Gay people, transgender people, like, it's so random. There's no specific gender or type that this person is going after, obviously. But that's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely not cartel because it's mixed. Like, that's why it's so weird. A body a month, yeah, 38 bodies since 2023. So divide that by three. That's a body a month. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, those people who drank. I'm a woke serial killer. I don't discriminate. I kill everybody. Yeah, there's tons of bodies. I don't know why. Wow, YouTube is really cracking down on some of these like comments too. No, I'm not into that stuff. I knew a lady who was like a herbalist who did that, and that really made me think about her becoming a herbalist. And I was like, wow, I'm not going to believe in that. Well, I'm not going to take any advice from her. Like, for sure, this lady drinks piss. Ugh, that's so funny. There we go. Damn, totally messed that up. And plus, I haven't eaten anything. That's probably why I'm drinking so much. I'm trying to fill my body with sugar instead of actual food. Which I don't know. I kind of, well, it's not good if you're fasting either. You shouldn't be drinking so much sugar when you fast. A piss air tutorial? No, I've never seen that. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? It's YouTube doing all this. I noticed it because it's way too quick. It's way too quick. I don't even get to see what it is before it comes up. Like nobody does. Like, and even you as a moderator, you'll be able to see exactly what they do too, or what they say. Ugh. I do believe in some Indian medicine though, but I do live around a lot of Native Americans up here. Like there's an Indian reserve right there. There's another Indian reserve right there. There's another Indian reserve right there. Like I can drive 20 minutes and land myself in a Indian reserve. But I wouldn't recommend going to Indian reserve here in Manitoba. Hating on. Am I Bones' uncle? I don't know Bones. I don't even know anyone with a nickname Bones. It's funny, I'm actually getting used to talking. Normally, I don't talk a lot. And my writing is getting better. Yeah. I couldn't write all summer because I broke my wrist, my dominant wrist. And then I couldn't rub one out for a while either, which really sucked. So, yeah, it's nice to be able to write again. I, nah, I couldn't write with the cast. I tried doing it a couple times. Didn't work out. You know what's funny? I broke my wrist, and then everyone wants me to sign everything. I got to sign all these documents. It's like, fuck, I can't sign anything. Use the other hand to jerk off. Do it. Well, yeah. If you're on the computer, you need your dominant hand to use the mouse, right? So then you got to switch it up, and you got to do the lefty. Only when you're on the computer, though. I know. Even my news, it won't let me. It puts my, well, like as soon as I'm done my news strip down, the non no BS one, uh, it takes like 12 hours to review it, which really sucks. Like, it's not even a half an hour long. Like, I've done worse videos with way more swearing that have had less time to review. So, and then I don't know what the issue is. I already put this isn't for kids anyways. So if there's any kids on here, that's not my fault. That's YouTube's end. I don't know why we got to get punished for it at the end of the day because some kid gets on here. And yes, I do know some kids on here. Yeah, they're okay. They mind their P's and Q's, but they're okay. Like Ducky's just a kid, but I don't know. I don't say anything that Ducky knows already. Do do do. Get the video before what the hell? Mohammed. Oh yeah. Not really anything else. There's some other stuff like last week I should actually going and being reviewing. I don't know. This talks about putting that pipeline up in between Alberta and BC. They're trying to work out a deal right now. Um, but they're just talking about one pipeline. So it's just going to be, and then the natives and the BC government had their talks already. This was the biggest problem right now. Is the natives kind of wanted their chunk, but the natives in BC are nothing like the natives here in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Well, even parts of like northern Ontario, the native communities, pretty rough. Rough. It's like walking into gangland. It's straight up gangland. It's crazy. Houses. I used to work on a reserve doing maintenance and building homes and stuff like that. We'd replace it, put a brand new window in a house. Literally, not even a week. We'd put bets down to see how long that window wasn't smashed. And yeah, just how do you spell window on an Indian reserve? OSB. OSB is a building material. It's cheaper than plywood because yeah, we won't even use plywood to patch those busted up windows. Mm. We got in trouble from the head chief at this one reserve because we're putting up sheets of like OSB. It's like plywood. We put it up and then put the drywall up. So now they go to like punch or kick holes in the walls. But then the chief got mad at us because get this, there's too many people going to the hospital with broken feet and broken hands. Yeah. There's too many broken people here on the reserve now. We gotta stop putting OSB behind the walls. Oh, fuck. Well, then we don't have to keep coming back and patching everything. You know, stop fucking punching holes in the walls. That was so funny. Yeah, got in trouble for that shit. Hey, Dory, yeah, you follow that shit too? I like to listen to some of that stuff too, but I don't know. I take it all with a grain of sand, for sure. There's so much shit out there, like Tartania, so many things. I like to get down into the conspiracy theory stuff. Jump down the rabbit hole. It's interesting to see where like stuff if you go deep enough where you can follow things too. BlackRock is a big thing on my list right now. And then the Canadian Mark Wiseman, he's now an advisor between Canada and Washington, and he was a big guy for BlackRock, which is, yeah, pretty interesting. Major influence to BlackRock is now working for Canadian government. Well, actually, he did work for the Canadian government before. He worked for the Canadian pension plan, I think, from 2014 to 2018, and then he worked for the Alberta something for like 3 or 4 years doing something. Yeah, that's the trio, 100%. Yeah, the greedy trio. What's crazy is Shell used to be BlackRock. Shell used to own like Monsanto's and everything at one point. Like and then I think the Koch brothers. I think when Koch started buying up a lot of stuff, you really started to see the Shell name kind of subside a little bit. And I believe the Koch brothers were buying up old Shell refineries across the United States and Canada here. You see the Koch brothers name here quite a bit in Manitoba and Canada. Oh, we could. I really want to see him dig up what's underneath the pyramid. That's what I want to see. Yeah, I know they're supposed to line up. Oh yeah, you guys, Saturn, blah blah blah. There's a bunch of planets lining up. Um, but normally my luck, normally when like a big, I know you're supposed to see it for 6 days, something like that. But normally my luck when it comes to like crazy phenomenon like that, it's always cloudy. It's almost like they make it cloudy on purpose so you can't see that shit. It's kind of funny. It's always cloudy. Like I could plan this for days, get people lined up outside and be like, "Oh, it's cloudy." Mm. Fuck, I could die tomorrow. I'd be happy. I've done a lot of fucking shit in my life. A lot of shit that people could never even imagine doing. A lot of people that like never even think of doing. Yeah, I've definitely lived my life. I'm surprised I'm alive. I've lived as long as I have. I should be dead by now. I should be, but I got some stories and stuff. I should probably start going through some of my old lives and start labeling them as stories. But normally I don't start telling really good stories until I get a couple like cervezas and beers in me. That's when the good stories come out. And the issue is the good stories don't come out. Like I can't just tell it like this. It doesn't normally work. They just come out randomly. ever since the dictators took over Egypt in 91. Yeah, and that goof, that guy who was on the Joe Rogan Experience. If anyone's ever seen him, he says he's like he found everything in Egypt. I found everything. I found everything. Everything else is fake. Everything is written is fake. And then it unless it comes from my book. Like what a fucking goofball. And like who's allowing this guy to be able to have the power that he does in Egypt? You know, he's so full of shit his eyes are that not mentioning is well there's a giant graveyard. Look at some of the buildings that they're finding underneath buildings. How about the old subway tunnels of New York City that no one fucking talks about anymore? You know, there's so much shit. Or the tunnels underneath, like, was it Ottawa and tunnels underneath Winnipeg? Apparently, there's tunnels under Winnipeg that run from one of the Mason buildings, and it ran through a series of underground tunnels throughout downtown Winnipeg, which is pretty interesting. Still talk about it. The Masons building in Winnipeg is still there. There's just nothing in it. All the big Masonic buildings that are around here pretty much just emptied. Yeah, not necessarily in the ground. We put a guy up into the sky in ashes, put his ashes on a Chinese lantern, and you're not supposed to use those in Canada. They're illegal. But yet they sell them. They start forest fires. You don't know where they're going to land. They just fall out of the sky. So that's why you're not supposed to use them. AI Atlas. Yeah, there's talk about AI Atlas, and NASA's now talking about they want to try and catch up to it. They're going to try and quickly build a rocket right now to sit there. Well, they're going to use an unconventional new type of engine to sit there and see if they can catch up to it. But they're not going to catch up to it until like, oh, yeah, and they're going to use the sun. Yeah, they're going to use the sun to slingshot it even faster towards it. And they're not expected to catch up to it till like 2073. So like way we'll all be dead by then unless you're like super young. It's already happening. As soon as I seen like the self checkouts coming in, and then it's funny the federal governments they're all talking about, oh yeah, like we have decrease in jobs. It's like, well, you just took like 12 people's jobs away by putting in these like automated tellers. And really, are you saving any money by having these automated tellers? Like the price of thefts are up even more. So really, are you saving? And then where's where's the customer service? You're like, fuck, I go to the co-op here in town. Everyone's fucking friendly. You can ask somebody where to get something. You don't need to go on your phone and go through a virtual fucking grocery store to figure out what you need. Like, I hate people too, but I go to the fucking grocery store like everyone else does, and I try and become a part of society every once in a while. Not all the time, but I try. You know, it's bad enough. Fucking automated tellers piss me off way more than a regular teller. Where am I gonna go? To the regular teller. Oh shit. Even if she's in a bad mood and smelt like shit, I'd still go to the regular teller than I would a fucking automated teller. I don't give a shit. If they start using robots, fucking God help me. Oh man, I guarantee those robots are gonna get thrown out windows. Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah, and estimated times, yeah. That's another thing. We till we normally get stats. Normally the stats aren't actually like factual until like two, maybe 1.5 to 2 years later before we actually have the facts. Like look at the Epstein files. They're still digging through them. Like there's more shit and more shit and more shit. And you know what? They're gonna have more files dumped out here soon. Like they're not even gonna be done filtering through what they've already had, and they're gonna dump more files. Like this is unreal. It's never gonna end. We're gonna be hearing about this Epstein shit forever. And then has anyone seen the video of the guy who seen this chick in Ontario who looked exactly like Ghislaine Maxwell? And then the guy next to her looked exactly like Ghislaine Maxwell's brother. Oh, so funny. And this guy called her out. He was like, "Hey, Ghislaine," and she was just like, he's like, "Oh, that's not your name?" She's like, no. It's like, "No, that's not my name." Dr. Evil. Oh. Yeah, and then there's some talk. Oh, it's all BS. There's talk about gravity's supposed to stop for like what, 7 seconds or 12 seconds or something like that, because we're supposed to come across a wavelength of a black hole or something. That was all just a theory, you guys. It was some theory that this guy had brought up. He's like some university professor working with NASA on some theory. If, keyword if. Like this is like War of the Worlds. When everyone heard that on the radio for the first time, they literally thought the world was fucking ending. This is just some theory that this guy was working on with NASA. A hypothesis. If. Like, really, you guys think this gravity's just gonna stop? Doesn't work like that. It's like the Canadian military. They did a military training if Vancouver Island sunk into the ocean. They did military, well, specific soldiers, blah, blah, blah. They didn't let too many fucking soldiers know about that training. But yeah, pretty much the theory is, yeah, shoot and kill any survivors, because there's no way that our infrastructure would be able to handle the influx of that island disappearing and all the survivors coming to mainland. Like, think about that influx all at once. It would destroy the economy, destroy the country, like destroy education. It would destroy everything. So yeah, there's some rabbit hole stuff too, right there, right? And that was the Canadian government that was thinking about that. But again, it was just a test drill. It's not like they were actually planning for it. And were they really going to shoot everyone? First of all, Canada doesn't have enough ammunition. Oh, oh, here, I got to do this Trump thing again. Sorry. Sorry, I was really proud of this. I was really proud of this. Oh. As Trump focuses on bringing newer, better looking jobs, not helping the good, old looking ones, and now looking and denying dual citizenship. That'd be a great way to get rid of that older, not so pretty generation. Oh, start fresh again. That was a jab at Trump. His wife has dual citizenship, so if he does that, export or deports people with dual citizenship, that would include his wife. So it'd be an easy way. He wouldn't have to get a divorce. He could just get rid of her. Here, get on that plane. Get on that plane. And then that was true about manufacturers right now in the US. The older manufacturing companies aren't getting any benefits from Trump here. They're getting kind of shafted because Trump's looking to bring in new industry from other countries. So it'll be new facilities, new infrastructure. And these old companies that are doing manufacturing and stuff, they're getting left like holding their fucking dicks in their hands right now because Trump's not doing anything for them, which is kind of fucked up. Yeah, I know they're all puppets. They're all puppets. It's messed up. And then the soybean farmers in the United States. Oh, we're gonna okay, since our soybeans down 80%, here, let's go to corn. Let's start growing corn next year, you guys. Well, the same fucking deal, dude. You guys like corn. Okay, Mexico, your biggest sales of corn goes to Mexico. Well, you're still gonna have the same fucking problems with the tariffs and fucking dealing like soybean farmers. Like, you guys are like really give you fucking head a shake thinking of going to corn. Like, is that a threat? And now you're hurting the soybean trade board. You know, fucking idiots. Fuck, it just goes to show. I'm sorry, some Americans, not all of them are fucking dumb, but fuck, a good fucking portion of you are. Fuck, like, fuck farmers, you should know this. Like most of the farmers I know have a fucking half decent education. They aren't just a bunch of fucking redneck hillbillies, rock farmers. You know, they know what they're doing. They fucking plan this shit out years ahead of time of what they're doing with their fields. And they make sure that their fields are ready for the next year, whether what it takes. There's a lot of science behind it. And you can't just flip one crop to a next. It doesn't work like that. So what the fuck is this soybean fucking farmers bitching about? Idiots. Fuck. If they want to complain, start complaining to Trump. I don't know why they're grasping at straws saying other shit. Whew. Ice baths. Yeah, with headaches and stuff. I don't normally get too headaches or anything like that. What? Even in current, just in Monopoly money. Oh, that's hilarious. Come on, YouTube. Yeah, a good number of them. But to tell you the truth, I could probably find a lot of stupid people here too. But the town I live in, trust me, they aren't rich for no reason. These people that live in this town, it's a very wealthy town. You see a lot of hot rods and fancy cars driving around here. The car show in the summertime here is pretty unreal. And a lot of kids driving fancy cars. You see a lot of Subaru WRXs, and there's a couple Skylines driving around, but not special Skylines, like old 90s left hand drive, or sorry, right hand drive. Right hand drive. Issue with right hand drive cars in Canada, yes, you can import them here into Canada as long as they're, what are they? Is it 15 years or is it 13? It has to be older than so many years, and then you can bring it. In the States, I think it's 20 or 22 years it has to be. It really sucks because a lot of people down in the States are trying to bring these TVRs that were made in Europe there in the UK, and you can't bring them in. Oh man, should try some melatonin gummies. I tried a couple of those the other night. Tell you the truth, I don't know if they worked on me. I slept the same either way, but apparently it knocked the wife out. But she eats them like candy before bed. And then fragmented sleep. I used to work a lot of night shift stuff, so yeah, mine. It doesn't take much for my sleep schedule to get messed up. Like I'll start writing around 2 a.m. for the news, and normally I don't find anything that's like. Normally I just look for stuff that I've missed that's important, and then I get up around 10 in the morning, and then I start writing again. Normally by that time I have to stop around noon, and 1 o'clock I'll start writing a little bit again to see if I something big came up. But normally by the time I'm done my news, I've pretty much caught everything that every other news program is going to tell you, minus the BS. Like, fuck, I hate listening to the news. But I do it for you guys. I do it for that 30 minutes or less episode. I'll dig through the news. And there's so much shit. Like, there's a couple things I had to fact check. It's pretty crazy. Like there's a couple YouTubers right now. They're already talking about some type of bombing in Iran. No, don't be telling lies and shit like that. Get your facts straight. There's no bombing. Nothing happened. No explosion happened no, near some military base there. Nothing happened. So yeah, BS. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Iran by any means. It's just been going on. Like it's nothing's changed over the last what 30 years. It's always been in some type of conflict. And it's like a Ukraine Russian war. It's never going to end. Canada's making money, Britain's making money, US is making money. Everyone's making way too much money. Like and then there's a lot of question at Zelensky right now. People are questioning his authority because he was only actually elected because of the war. He wasn't actually formally elected. He was elected as the war prime minister. Keyword war prime minister. So they put that war in front. So really, technically, he's not prime minister. They just threw him in there for now. And then him being a a face you recognize. Like he was a celebrity. He was a TV celebrity. Did sketch comedy shows and stuff like that. So he's a good speaker. Yeah. And then he's a face that people recognize. And like, look how Trump got elected too. He was a face people recognize. Issue with elections is like for somebody to become president, it's other other states, saying like, "Hey, vote for our guy. Vote for we swear by him." So a lot of people don't know who like really the prime minister or the president's going is in the first place. Like uh with Obama. Obama, like who the fuck knew who Obama was until he before you knew this is gonna be who your new president is? And then Trump called him out. He's like, oh, he's not even an American. And then all that fake Hawaiian passport nonsense that they went through. Anyone remember that? Just me? Bueller? 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 Like, has anyone forgot all this stuff? It's like because it seems like people forgot all this stuff when Trump was elected too, and now him and Obama are like this. That's so funny. Yeah, I know Obama's the other side, but trust me, they got some ties together. Trust me, there's a mutual assurances there. Trust me. Ugh. I don't know what's happening with well, you're making Rolls Royce jet engines down there. Yeah, where's your Rolls Royce jet plant for Saab? And then you got, yeah, I guess your industry is kind of tanking a little bit too. What time is it here? It is 5:17 p.m. So supper time, or when people are just getting off work in the evening. Brits and Mahomes. Yeah, see, I don't know why YouTube would block that. Like, I don't understand this. Yeah, I don't know why that would. Okay, makes up 3.2 of the global arms export. UK. Hmm. Yeah, well, Canada actually. Well, I'm trying to think of the percentages. I think Canada was doing around 14.2% of arms manufacturing and trade. But Carney just announced he's putting another what 32 billion into uh, weapons manufacturing back into Canada. There's actually quite a few weapons manufacturers here in Canada. And then there's still some talk back and forth about what the fuck's happening with South Korea and these subs here. The deal's done, the deal's not done. It's like, oh, okay, no, we're gonna have a trade agreement here. We're gonna intermingle agreements and projects together on this sub. What is it? Like, holy fuck, make up your mind. Hopefully, Carney will figure something out while he's in the uh, China Sea there area. And then Australia's doing some big trades across Europe and stuff too. Yeah, next week's gonna be interesting. Actually, maybe start to have some actual answers, and then we can figure out what's gonna happen with Trump's 15% globally. global tariff that he's going to put on everyone. It's almost like slap on the hand. He's like, "You caught me. Well, I'm going to hit you all with this." Like, no, my hand's only going to get bigger. My hand's only going to get bigger. No. Yeah, he's all pissed off at the Supreme Court. I wonder how many of those people are worried for their jobs now that all voted for against him. He got his hand in quite a last when he was in office last time with the Supreme Court. Pretty much put all the people he wanted in charge. And then what was it, when Biden came in, he replaced a few of them. But that one chick, I think she died, that Trump put into place. I can't remember her name. She was like the oldest sitting chair or something like that. Yeah, she was a Trumper. Oh, fuck. Well, I gotta take off. I gotta go start doing my butler duties. Making beds, mopping floors, cleaning toilets. But anyways, see you guys Monday. I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Canadian Central Time. I do the news strip down 4 to 4:30. Just no nonsense, just straight facts, news, trades, global markets that affect us as a whole. And then sometimes I do the lives like this after, where I will talk about the BS and the fake news. The fake news, like Samantha Guthrie's and Epstein and all that other shit. But so yeah, if you guys are yeah, come pop by Monday. I'll be back here at 4 p.m. Canadian Central Time. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Doige. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you like the content. Oh, not yet. It's not ready. It's not ready. Waka 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 waka.